Huh? All for our future. I was just stronger.
Say now.
I concur. Meeting reinforcements in the Valley of Torment in that land of oppressive heat, it is unlikely that we will be disturbed. It also means we...
Speaking of which, these past 5 years, Lord Rodrigue worried for his Highness, but I wonder what he would say if he saw what has become of Dimitri. I have a request.
After the fighting,
That sounds like fun.
I enjoy baking sweets. I see. Cooking is much more exciting than studying or training. Wow.
By the way, the kingdom, if we tried to take up with House Frost on the other...
Professor. Okay.
Do you have time for a request?
If we can take most important, even His Highness understands that. Do you think he just doesn't care about anything other than fighting Edelgard anymore? But if not, then why?
Professor? Greetings, Professor! Nothing to report. Is everyone setting out? Well, you can...
Can you help me?
AOL, the Valley of Torment. Oh man, that place is crazy hot. For guys like me, who grew up somewhere cold, though, I guess.
Welcome. Come back soon.
Professor! Welcome! This one? Thank you. 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 Please come again.
A question. As good a read.
You there, youngster? I was born and raised right. My daughter lives in the Empire.
Well, hello there, Professor. Is that so? Is there something we can do for you, good sir?
Oh, what a lovely young lady.
Really?
Well, I was thinking of going to Daily.
How terrible. I'd be happy to lend a shoulder and...
Would you? Oh, I'd be most great.
We'll need your help too, Professor. Splendid work, Professor. Putting a smile on someone's face always seems to brighten up the day. Is something wrong? Oh, how should I put this? I suppose it's just second nature to me. It's difficult to describe, but I can usually tell when someone is worried about something. Back there, I could tell that both you and the old man... I spent a good amount of my life living in the church. Did I not mention that before? I spent nearly 10 years of my life in the Church of Fargus. Many came to us with their troubles. In my own time of... May I share... I'd like to work in the church one day. I want to be like the priest who helped me. Never mind. It's not a very realistic dream. If I were someone else, perhaps a commoner without a crest or stature, maybe things would be different. It's a bit sad, but this is the way things have to be. After all, only...
If I had to...
Fine, fine. I'm not going to leave. Let's do it quick, then.
Professor?
Ingrid and I... I see how... Another gain from...
Very well, then.
I'm getting it.
What? Okay.
Looks like I... Ah. That was just...
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Like... That was... Technique. Your praises... I'm finding...
I thank you.
Professor
Ingrid...
How best to use...
Hopefully, this proves.
This experience is... Now is the time to...
I suppose it's...
Seems my practice.
We've got...
Leave it all. Great.
We'll do every...
We're here.
Having received the Kingdom Army's plea for aid, Rodrigue has agreed to provide soldiers. In order to meet up with their reinforcements, the Kingdom Army sets out for Aelel, the Valley of Torment.
This valley isn't a place I'd care to return to.
After the chilliness of Fargus, I can't seem to adjust to this extreme heat.
Historically, there have been battles whose outcomes were determined in part by the climate. You can't argue that this heat isn't a...
In conditions like these, who knows what will become of our morale.
Professor, be honest. Monks once used this area as an ascetic training ground because of the intense environment. They say Aelel was born of the goddess's rage. If you believe the legends, this valley is evidence of the goddess's judgment. The forest that once covered the surrounding area was burnt to ash by a pillar of light that descended from the head. That legend fueled belief in a place of torment between our world and the next.
Nonsense. Sins are not so easily washed away.
Indeed. And there are no accounts of such a place in Scripture. Yet those who cannot face their own sins have no choice but to cling to the idea.
I just don't think I can take this heat anymore. Near those mountains over there. Is it just...
No. It would seem you are not hallucinating after all. Are those Rodrigue soldiers?
That is House Rose Banner. They curried favor with that witch.
We messed up. There must have been a spy among us. Will you have us meet them in battle? Or wait for...
There is only one option. How kind of them to save us the trouble of killing them later. Never call those traitors our allies again. That banner belongs to the Grey Lion. It's a waste of breath to exchange words with one such as him.
His Highness is correct. Everyone, prepare for the attack!
The Valley of Torment. Only if that puny force of children is able to kill me, of course.
That man who raises the lion's flag? Lord Gwendol. Gwendol would, without thought, fight any battle if ordered. Aelel is a deadly place.
So, the flame... I'll comply.
What's the plan?
Ready when you are.
I'll cut through. What's my strategy?
At your service.
Let's clean up.
I'm your girl.
So helpful.
I'd be honored.
Ready for anything.
Eventually, I too will fall.
Burn until we meet again.
You haven't earned my pity.
Stay vigilant. I'm in.
Exploit their weak spot.
This is the cost of war.
I must pull through. Who knew the odds? Hold it.
No time for pity.
We can't be careless.
Let's clean up.
At your service.
Much appreciated.
Don't bother haunting me.
What's my strategy? Now's our chance. All is going to plan.
I'm content.
I feel weak.
Too weak for this world.
Not bad at all.
Burn until we meet again.
We can't be careless.
I won't falter. I'll keep moving.
Thank you.
What's next?
This is the cost of war.
This could turn the tides.
So Cornelia has planted spies even inside Garreg Mach.
The shield of Fargus has appeared.
Ready when you are. Stay vigilant.
I must steel myself.
Nice work.
Thank you.
All is going to plan. I'll...
Much appreciated.
At your service.
It won't be in vain.
I can feel it in my bones.
That it?
My duty is your death. For now.
I must pull through.
We can't be careless.
One to remember. I fight and grow stronger.
What's my strategy?
Does a whelp like you really expect to kill me?
Need to pull my weight.
It is the way of knights to follow their master's orders without argument.
Now he is just a corpse, nothing more. Let's go. Rodrigue is waiting for us.
It's been too long, Your Highness. But try to temper your joy, will you?
To say such a thing at a time like this. You have not changed one bit.
Don't let looks deceive you. I've had a rough go of it ever since I crossed blades with those traitors in Ferdiad. When I heard you'd been executed, I rushed there as fast as I could, blind with fury. When I got there, I was fed some garbage about not being able to see your body. The next thing I knew, I was gripping my blade and... Gilbert, you have done well to locate His Highness. I am truly grateful. And you, I have you to thank as well. Well, we are in your debt. I will repay you for this someday, I swear it. And you, Felix, you have also done well to bring His Highness here.
Tell us all you know, Rodrigue.
I'm afraid there's not much to tell. You are aware that the western region of the kingdom was taken by the Empire, correct?
Yes, so I have heard. They are now calling it the Fargus Dukedom, or some nonsense.
If you know that much, then the rest won't take long. Enemy or not, it's undeniable that Cornelia's plan was nothing short of genius. After seizing power, she invited the Imperial Army to Ferdiad. There, she reorganized her troops and then sent soldiers to hunt me down. Because of that, we were forced to act defensively, and now we're being forced into a difficult battle.
So that's been the witch's plan from the start. I should have killed her ages ago.
Your Highness, Ferdiad is in a terrible state right now. The tyranny is unbearable, and so the rebellions are endless. If I may speak freely, we should change course for Ferdiad and take down those traitors before we embark to Enbar.
There's no time for that. We must annihilate Enbar before all else.
Think this through. I understand wanting to destroy the Empire and the Emperor, but which is more important, the dead or the living?
Silence!
No, Dmitri. You will hear me out.
Are you asking me? Asking the dead to forgive that woman?
No, I would not ask that of you. What I am asking is that you allow us to prioritize the kingdom capital over the imperial capital for now. As Lambert's close and trusted friend, I am confident that he would have advised the same.
Do not dare to put words in the mouths of the dead. Until I offer up that woman's head, Father will remain a slave to his lingering regret and hatred. Even now, he suffers. It is ceaseless.
You are my king. Our king. Wherever you lead, we will follow. But Your Highness, there are those who take up their sword in the name of revenge and yet along the way, lose the strength and composure to follow through. You would do well to bear that in mind. Ah, I nearly forgot. Take this, Your Highness. The time has come for it to be wielded by its...
Eretvar. The hero's relic once wielded by my father.
The very same. I managed to steal it back from one of Cornelia's underlings in Ferdiad.
Understated as ever, Father. It must have been a true struggle to get it back.
I am grateful, my friend.
Gilbert, Professor, may I request something of you? I wish to fight at your side.
Senile already, old man? Who will protect our territory?
I expected it would come to this, so I left those matters to my younger brother. He has my complete faith. I must keep my promise to our fallen king. To my... A very old one. I swore it nearly 10 years ago. Now then, Your Highness, let's destroy the Empire together. My men and I will spare no effort. I pray that you are right, and that... Our orders are to capture Enbar by... How familiar are you with the geography of Fodlan? The kingdom and the empire are separated by the impassable Ogma Mountains. Legend has it that Saint Seros once crossed over those mountains to fight against the fell king Nemesis. But don't fool yourself. Leading a large army over such steep mountains would be near impossible.
In order to infiltrate the Empire, we have no choice but to go... Perhaps we should...
The Alliance is leading the Imperial faction is House Gloucester, while House Regan leads those who oppose. We should take advantage of their internal conflict and proceed east along the mountains until we reach the Great Bridge of Myrden in Alliance territory.
The Aramid River divides Alliance and Empire territory. There are many large bridges that cross it. However, the Great Bridge of Myrden is by far the largest. And I believe you crossed that bridge 5 years ago on your journey to the Battle of the Eagle and Lion.
I'm afraid we have no other option. This is our only hope. Perhaps our next move should be to contact House Regan and request their cooperation. Claude of House Regan is the leader of the Alliance and is firmly against the Empire. They are the enemy of our enemy. In other words, hopefully, a friend.
Are you suggesting that we ask House Regan to engage the Gloucester soldiers?
I am. If we take the bridge, then House Gloucester will no longer be able to receive support from the Empire. There's no way a man as wise as Claude would refuse our request.
And once we manage to capture the Great Bridge and gain a foothold into the Empire,
then we cross Gronder Field and head south toward Enbar.
But if we get attacked from both sides, we'll have to fight people from the Alliance, won't we?
Speaking of House Gloucester, I wonder how Lawrence is holding up.
If we meet him again, it will probably be as enemies.
If you do not wish to kill familiar faces, do not tarry over the corpses of the dead.
Good advice.
Prepare yourselves. It is time to steel your souls for the task at hand.
Part 2. Azure Moon. Lone Moon. The Rose-Colored River. The Kingdom Army meets with Rodrigue in Aelel, the Valley of Torment. With the strength of House Fraldarius on their side, the time to invade the Empire is finally at hand.
even though it's in ruins, in some strange way, this monastery never truly changes, does it? I studied at the Officers' Academy when I was young. Those memories come rushing back whenever I return. What are you doing here at this hour anyway? It's the same for me. Perhaps you'll allow me to join you. Much appreciated. I keep recalling my eldest son. He was quite gifted. I still vividly remember the day he was granted a sword from His Majesty. Dead. He was killed 9 years ago in Dusker. All that returned of him that day were his sword and his armor. After it happened, I said something horrible to Felix. He's hated me ever since, and I don't blame him. No matter how much you grieve, the dead will never return. That's why their memory clings to the living like a curse. The more they were loved, the tighter their hold, and the more suffering they cause. I fear I am not a strong enough man to scold His Highness for his foolishness. Since this war began, we've seen countless generals, soldiers, and citizens die. Professor, I entrust the young prince and the future of Fargus to you. You are a brave one, aren't you? One worthy of leading the Church of Seros, I dare say. You should know that I have no intention of insisting that you take back Ferdiat. All I ask is that you continue to rein in Dimitri's manic desire for revenge. Now then, we have received House Regan's consent. All that's left is for us to depart. If we make it through Gloucester territory and across the Great Bridge of Myrden, we'll be in Empire territory. You are not afraid, are you? Yes, such is war. I'm glad you were the one to lead the Blue Lion House, Professor. I mean that.
It is so much fun. Singing is so much...
This...
Hey Ingrid, how are you? I mean, what are you?
No, I'm headed to town to buy supplies. But I'll be training after that, naturally. Why?
Oh, I just thought you looked serious as ever.
Of course it hasn't. I am as I ever was.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess you're right.
You're being weird. Have you always been this weird and I just never noticed?
No, I'm pretty sure. I don't think so. By the by, have you, fallen for anybody recently?
Don't be ridiculous.
Well, everyone's been talking about how you got really, pretty. Just, all of a sudden.
Oh, you must be referring to the makeup. It's not a big deal or anything, just experimenting. I'm still learning.
Huh? No, I think it looks good. You did surprisingly well, I mean...
Very funny. But I must say, I'm a bit surprised. It's unlike you to stumble over yourself this much.
What? No, I'm not. I'm just, curious about why. All of a sudden.
Why what? Why I'm wearing makeup?
I'm still guessing it's for a guy. If I had to try and guess what sort of guy, I suppose I'd say... Felix? No, wait. I'm forgetting the royal line. Dimitri would be a way better catch.
Wow, way to make assumptions.
Is it one of the knights?
Don't make me hurt you.
No need for violence. It was just a joke. It's not a joke that you're beautiful, but I wasn't trying to hit on you or anything. Promise.
Beautiful, huh?